I'd do some LD50.
Yeah.
It'll make you bark your way to heaven.
Pause, please. That was a great joke.
This is FFPÖ, your primary source for Austrian film and TV critique, where two minds come together to take apart the work of people who actually matter.
Welcome back to the newest episode of FFPÖ. This is episode 91, recorded on the 3rd of May 2019. And they are back, the dynamic duo. It is...
Yeah, it's Malinda Perera, man.
Yeah,
It's
Malinda.
good to be here after a couple of years now.
Awesome, Malinda is back after 2 years.
Yep.
They say some Asians are a little bit slower than other ones, and I think Sri Lanka is in the.
Who says that?
I would say ex-colonialists, I guess, would say that.
Oh, so you say that? Okay.
No, Austria never had colonists. That's a lie.
They tried.
We tried.
They
yeah.
tried.
We tried and failed. And motherfucker, come on, it's a podcast.
I'm Gus Horn. Thank you for having me, Paul.
Yay, the horny beast is back. And we tried twice before this to make this episode happen, and every time we failed.
I have nothing to do with it.
But I have to say, third times is the charm. And the charm in this case is dogs, because we watched Kommissar Rex Deadly Dose, or Tödliche Dosis, the second season, episode 12, pinnacle of dogness. They had the maximum amount of dogs in this episode.
About 16, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't.
And some dead ones too.
Yeah, in that format. Yeah, what is it? Dead dogs never bark or something like that.
You can't talk to
You
a dead
can't,
person.
Yeah, you can't talk to a dead person.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
theme.
what we learned. That's what we learned from today's episode. And it is, again, Inspector Moser, played by Tobias Moretti, being his handsome 90s handsome self.
I was just about to say like handsome.
You both were like, no, this guy is not even close to being handsome.
He's like a 6, 7 after 3 beers, maybe.
A 3 beer 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my motto in life.
Well, let's hope someone doesn't listen to this.
I don't know who you're referring to though. Yes, we watched Kommissar Rex. So let's go to the first category, and that is plot.
So they drop a bunch of hints, try to make it what's the word?
Suspenseful.
Suspenseful.
Yeah.
But it really wasn't. So.
Yeah. Well done, American, by the way.
Hey, it's my second language, buddy.
Yeah. Right after American.
So they apparently they dropped a dog collar at the very beginning. That was the key to solving the whole episode.
Yeah, it was that damn dog collar, man.
And I think we could have saved a lot of lives if that was found earlier. But yeah, both dog and human lives.
Yeah, yeah. But it was underneath something, so who could have found that? Kommissar Rex.
Yeah.
Inspector Rex, the dog, could have found it, and he did.
The vet conveniently kicked it inside, so...
Oh yeah, right. He dropped it and then kicked it with his own foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's so much slapstick in this. It's so much a comedy, but there's still hardcore murder in it.
The negligence, man.
Yeah, the negligence was more dramatically but the cinematography of the negligence of not locking up the cage properly was more dramatic than the stabbing and death of a human person. It is quite fascinating to watch something this Austrian with two foreigners, because just the outside perspective is so, like, you think, oh yeah, I'm totally woke as an Austrian, and then you guys are like, the door didn't lock properly, and I'm like, oh yeah, shit, right, why is that so important? Like, with the music and everything.
Especially when it comes to Austrians, man.
Can we just address that at the very beginning, the vet calls the dog a bitch? Which...
In the translation, though, it's in actually he uses female dog, the proper Hündin.
No, but I was just gonna say that this is the one time
That's
that
a woke doctor.
calling a female a bitch is probably appropriate, but
Yeah, but he's also like a woke doctor in the German version because he says Hündin instead of. I don't actually know if we have a slang word.
well, he wasn't very woke for a long time in the movie.
Oh, you're being serious like a heart attack right now, right?
Yep.
he died like 8 minutes in. So
Yeah, he got syringed to death.
yeah.
Yeah, the deadly dose title of the episode is very true because it's not only is it about that, but it's also about a designer drug ring.
Dog crack.
Yeah. No, dog LSD,
Yeah.
please.
No,
With crack.
10 times stronger than LSD.
Yeah, because and more addictive. Whatever the case is.
I mean, dogs gotta have some good time.
Yeah,
too, man.
those dogs had an amazing time before they died from those drug overdoses. And also, the hilarious part is like they're like it at least takes 50 beagles to test a new drug. First of all, why do you know the exact numbers of beagle you need to have a drug tested? And second of all, she's like, oh, to get rid of all that many dogs, you need a special facility. No, you don't. You just have to have 50 days with a chimney. You just burn a dog a day. You know?
Really,
I don't know what you're referring to here.
The Danube is also great to chucking dogs in. I tried, guys. It's amazing.
to you Austrians,
Nobody's gonna find that dog anymore.
you Austrians always go to the oven option. It's unbelievable.
No, basement. That's first. Then if the basement is off the list, the next step is oven.
If Peter gives rewards for complaints, I would have called them immediately.
Dude, Peter can go fuck himself.
Oh man. Oh yeah. So the basic plot is some like a dog, well, like a human animal rights activist / veterinarian.
Yep.
Who was fucking his student, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. We totally forgot about the student, the hot ass student, where Malinda immediately is like, "Where did those Austrian women go?" Especially because he's marrying an Austrian woman soon.
Let's hope she doesn't hear to this.
Yeah, like I really hope she doesn't listen to this.
No, we're 10 minutes in. She's already turned it off and said that she listened to it. Because she's gonna say, "What is your favorite bit?" And she's like, "The beginning."
I like, should we be sad or happy about it? I don't know.
Are we allowed to go off topic? A little?
Sure. Go off topic, man.
There's a
Wait, have you been are you possessed by an evil spirit or an alien right now?
Or a beagle.
Or a beagle, yeah. A beagle spirit.
Well, I did feel like a pinch, so I don't know if someone injected me with some dog crack or something.
LD50?
You're tripping on dog LSD right now?
LD50.
Yeah, on LD50. That would be a great name for a drug. Calling it LD50.
I'd do some LD50.
Yeah.
It'll make you bark your way to heaven.
Pause, please. That was a great joke.
So what was the off-topic one?
Finally the dog days are over. Oh yeah, we have the shrine. We have a legit shrine in this episode.
And with a voodoo doll and shit. Like,
yeah, like legit shrine. Not. She's not fucking around with that shrine, you know. But like back then, that was work. Getting those printouts of the pictures. You had to develop those. You know, if you take candid shots and all that stuff.
Might have been expensive too on those days.
Yeah. The film rolls are not cheap back then. You know, she wasted 3 rolls on nothing. Everything came out blurry. She's like, "Fuck, I have to go back now."
Plus, she had a whole piece of furniture just dedicated to the guy. So that's like a good square meter taken off her room.
Yeah. She's not a true Austrian. She's very wasteful with space.
Yeah, very
I mean,
hot.
come on, man. Her name is Ushi.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Ushi can go fuck herself. Yeah.
And also we forgot like the wife of the vet.
Yeah, the wife of the veterinarian who's also a veterinarian.
Yeah. Comes to work right after.
Yeah.
Very forgiving. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, she exclamates the producer of condiments.
Heinz.
Yeah. No, you didn't do the dramatic head turn.
Bum bum.
Heinz. Heinz.
I'm gonna put that up on Facebook. Just that clip of you two yelling Heinz. Okay, is that good? Yes, I think that's fair.
And yeah, like she comes to work right
Hindsight
after.
2020.
Yep.
Next.
And then she starts crying once she figures it out that it's a murder.
2 days after he died, she's like, "Oh no, boo-hoo-hoo."
I can't cancel my work days. I got appointments with those dogs.
Her husband dies and she goes into work the next morning like nothing happened.
That's how we deal with death, guys.
Fucking Austrians, man.
Oh, now I understand a lot more about World War II.
And now you understand why the Japanese were really into this show. They're like, "Ooh, he goes out to work after his wife died? His husband died? Nice. That's some work spirit right there."
Are you sure it wasn't the perspective of sex without pixelation?
No censorship.
Yeah.
Oh, finally a new dog. Ooh.
A lot of Me Too moments in this episode too.
Yeah, but that's again framing.
No. But at the beginning, she just goes and grabs his reproductive organ, and that's just
his gonads. Yeah.
I felt like there wasn't a clear consent exchange done there.
Yeah, I mean, especially because he said he wants to break it up.
Hashtag time's up, yeah.
Yeah. On Kommissar Rex, the show? Okay. Alright. Good luck with that. It has been off air for like 10 years.
By the way, the dog was by far the best actor in the whole thing.
Oh yeah. No, every time the dog knocks it out of the park. Like that dog knows how to do a proper reaction face. Like the tilt face, the bark face, the growl face. That dog, like there's so many. He has more expressions than Vin Diesel. Like that dog is an out.
Shout out to the dog trainer.
Yeah, that
good
dog
job.
And the dog, both of them. Their team, and that team works really well in this show.
Yep.
They know how to do this. They've done their homework.
Rex is a German Shepherd, by the way.
Yes, correct. Thank you for clarifying that.
I mean,
because we said beagle so many times. Yeah.
The victims were beagles, but
and
a guy too.
I like that you look out on this show with beagle eyes.
Okay.
Beagle eyes.
That one was so bad. I waited until Jack left. So he's still here. Oh, I thought he already gone.
The good thing about the show, I thought, was there was not a lot of beagle tree.
Oh yeah, the old lady who just
opens the door.
Yeah, and intrudes the privacy of her tenant.
Go see what she has in her room, no problem.
It was her granddaughter.
You said you were a cop. I didn't even check your credentials or anything. I just let you into my house. This is how trusting Austrians are. Strange man, come in, please. You know Uschi, which was back then a very common name, just so you know.
But that doesn't happen anyway right now, though. In Austria. They don't let you even nearby themselves.
You're brown, boy. I can still do that. I can still do that. That's not a problem for me. I can go into an old woman's home.
Probably not me.
You can go into old woman. Malinda, you are racially ambiguous. It's hard to pinpoint.
The only thing that old white ladies are sure of that they don't trust you.
Oh, old white ladies used to trust me a lot.
Dude, you knock on their door, they're like, I didn't order any IKEA furniture.
I was thinking...
Probably like IT services.
Yeah, Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a delivery guy. Definitely. There's not much more to talk. The fight scene at the end, I guess, the dog out tacticianed a human being.
Yep.
Well, before that, this cinematography just...
that's later, but sure.
Oh, no, on the plot you mean still?
Yeah, we're still on the plot.
Oh, the plot, yeah. Now, there's a bunch of guys that weren't really introduced, and then they just become very big characters.
Two doctors, or the one doctor and his assistant.
The assistant that was just sneaking around, driving like...
Slavikstein?
Yeah,
Dr. Slavikstein?
Yeah. And the ponytail guy.
Yeah, Biedermeier.
Biederman, yeah.
Biederman. Yeah.
The tipper. The informer.
Yeah, the informer, the inside, the snitch. Biedermann the snitch.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because there's a famous play called Biedermann und die Brandstifter. And,
very famous.
I know that shit.
And a Biedermann is actually a time period in German and Austrian history where the bourgeois, middle-class, educated Austrians were so well off that they didn't know what dangers really were anymore. So like regular Austrians now.
Do they? I was just gonna ask, do they now? Like
No, but back then, and the whole play is about a guy who rents out a room to a guy who clearly burns down houses and factories and everything. Who's a pyromaniac, you know? And the guy who rents it out is like, no, he can't be that evil. That's not possible. There's no such thing as that kind of evil in this world. And he can't put there's the gloves with the with the drenched fluids and everything hanging around in the room. And he's like, can you clean it up a little bit? You know, that's not nice. And the guy here who's like clearly. There's crimes committed, dozens of crimes committed in front of him, and like after a murder, he's like, "Oh, maybe I should call the cops." And his name is Biedermann. Oh, yeah? So I think that was on the writers thought about that when they went. There was some thought behind his name too.
You mean the high schoolers that wrote that episode?
You as a high schooler who wrote that episode because you predicted the fucking dialogue.
Nah. If this was a CSI episode, it would be a CSI Jacksonville. Like
CSI Jacksonville, that would be amazing. Instead of glasses, he puts on a bolo tie.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. That escalated quickly.
Every time he says enhance, he shoots the target instead.
One thing I did like was seeing the famous Vienna sites on TV, because
you see some stuff you actually went there. Yeah.
No, I'm saying I don't.
Melinda especially was smitten by the doors, the university doors. You're like, oh my god, those doors, they're still the same.
I've been thrown out of those.
That's the room where I got a failing grade.
Let's not go there.
But the mystery was solved by Rex mainly, but
as always.
I think that I forgot what I was gonna say. The fight scene between the Rex and the Slavic doctor. That's
Slavic doctor.
That's not a racial thing. That's just his name for real.
Yeah, Dr. Slavic.
Yep, yeah. Dr. Slavic. Not that one, but the one that afterwards between the detective and
the final the end game,
the 2 second the Avengers end game fight of Austrian television.
I feel like they could have put more effort into that.
Like any more than 0%. Yeah,
and then for the first time in the episode, they go slow motion for Rex attacking the guy from behind, and very interesting artistic choice there.
He's like the Flash, you know. He's going so fast that for everybody else he seems slower. No, faster. No, wait, what? Frozen in time? Everything is frozen in time? I don't know.
Well, he didn't really bite the guy. He just touched him.
Yeah,
and
he tackled him.
Yeah,
it was a
classic dog move.
Yeah, like a quarterback getting taken down by defense. Yeah.
I think he got inspired by Buddy.
That's why the long jump with the arms out to the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have photoshopped a basketball in that scene, and he just dunks on him.
And then the crowd goes, ah.
The Beagles, all the locked up Beagles.
No, they're too high for that.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I think it's interesting to see a TV show that ran out of ideas in season 2. They're just throwing shit on the wall, see what sticks, and it works, man. It works.
You said there's an Italian spin-off?
Yeah.
I want to watch that. That should be funny. Mamma mia.
It's made. It's made during the Berlusconi years, so it should be good.
What is the dog called in that one?
Huh?
What is the dog called?
It's still Kommissar Rex. Inspectore Rex or something like that.
Pereira Rex.
Yeah, Rex. Oh, hey.
Rex is just eating carbonara all day. He goes to jump. Oh, he's too fat.
You can't solve crimes, motherfucker.
Yeah. His technique to arresting somebody is just he lays on the person. They can't move.
Okay.
Alright, one too many fat jokes. Okay, I get it.
Instead of LD50, just give dog tiramisus and stuff.
But Rex, there's LSD in the tiramisu.
By the way,
You shouldn't give a dog chocolate.
chloroform in the beagle, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, we totally forgot that.
While the motherfucker was inside
The beagle
bag.
that hadn't made a single sound the whole episode. Poor thing had to go.
He was stoned the whole episode.
He got Cosby, yeah.
Yeah, he got Bill Cosby. Yeah, the dog gets taken hostage.
In a bag that was way too big for him.
Yeah, I guess he only had his gym bag.
Well, that gym
He
bag
didn't have a steel beagle bag.
it was more of a body bag.
A human body bag. Yeah, he did some crime before that with that bag, definitely. He's like, ooh, I get to reuse it. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, recycling. An Austrian is like really happy about that. Murderer is just reusing the same weapon.
He's a good man, at least he
Yeah.
recycled the bag.
And then he brings it back to the store for a return.
I went through 20 bones and the saw broke. I want a refund.
Oh, another thing.
You want another?
Yeah, I could get
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Oh, this is going off the rails now.
No, you two keep talking.
Another thing was they go to the guy's laboratory, and they have a bunch of bones because the guy's a bone doctor, I guess. And
The Rex was licking off the fucking bones.
the German Shepherd's just licking a bunch of bones.
There's a pattern of again. It would have been really cool to see that Kommissar Rex, the dog, actually committed all those murders, and he just framed everybody else. And that was one of the ways he got rid of the evidence, is just by
Licking
destroying
what?
it. It's like, oh, this is cocaine. Oh, why? He in reality is like a warlord. No, not a warlord. What are they called? The kingpin. Yeah.
You know what they say? Give a dog a bone.
For a day, and he's fed for a day.
No, I think
Teach a dog to get some bones.
teach a
and
dog
he,
to
and he will have bonus for the rest of his
give a man a fish and give a fish a man and teach him how to.
Like, what
is
did you
beautiful.
take?
Yeah. Gus is on some radiation poisoning. That's what he's on. Brain half rotten from what is it called? Polonium.
Inhale some polonium dust, yeah.
Do you have polonium in the office?
Can't say.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's classified.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we have shitty computers, and that's about it.
Yeah, and those shitty computers have polonium in them. That's how they made them back then.
They're hot as shit, dude.
You know they have some gold hidden inside.
Yeah. Most electronic
PCBs,
components need some gold somewhere, and then the other raw materials you get from that shit. It feels like you're talking out of recycling experience. Did you work on a hill somewhere?
Here we go. Over.
It's classified.
Yeah.
You
You
know-
had to sign an NDA to break about PCB boards.
You know how people go to trash cans looking for soda cans?
Yeah,
Malinda goes to pawn shops. What's that radio over there?
Is that a Model 35C
Have you
double
s-
dash U? Those have a lot of mercury in them.
Have you seen my neck?
Yeah, that's all.
You're what? Oh,
The camera now sees it.
Ah,
you're getting some white hairs.
yeah, I know, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting old.
Gonna look good on 4K. each and every single strain. Yeah. I feel like we're done talking about
With the plot,
dog.
yeah?
Huh?
We covered up everything.
Yeah.
Ah, one more thing.
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden, Ushi disappears after the inspection in her room. Like, she takes her
Right.
bicycle, and then a fucking cow moves in.
The smash cuts in this one are disturbing.
It became
When
a
it just-
little
the-
Bollywood
the-
production.
Yeah, they cut off by Heinz, then the cow is there, then other shit happens. Like it feels like that everybody involved in the process here was on drugs. It's the 90s, so probably everybody's on cocaine.
When I saw that cow, I thought everybody was gonna start dancing all together.
I didn't know you watch Bollywood films.
I watched like 3 of them. There's
That's
one called
all of them.
That's
Because
pretty
it's
much.
3 types of Bollywood movies over and over
Yeah.
and over and over and
the
over.
Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah.
Millionaire.
Slum Millionaire?
Slumdog.
Slam Dunk Millionaire?
Slumdog.
Okay, Slam Dunk.
Another dog movie.
Oh, okay.
Another dog movie.
Okay, yeah.
There's one called The 3 Idiots. Really good movie about
It's that us? Are they recasting it?
No,
with
they're way
us?
smarter.
But honestly, this is basically how the setup should be. One fat guy, one brown guy, one
Austrian.
regular white guy that everybody else can relate to.
Yeah.
To make the producers
Yeah.
happy and the studio.
If you're watching this,
Hire us, please. We are hilarious together. We are the 3 stooges of modern cinema. Just you wait until I kick Gus in the nuts. If I find them.
I'm waiting.
From here? Like, okay, teleporting my knee up your groin.
he's sitting on them.
Oh, well protected.
I'm gonna leave a print on your chair here.
Just 2 indentions.
Yep.
Oh, the ball's on you, man.
Yeah.
They're alright. Alright. Cinematography. Alright.
Do you think our discussion here, I mean, I think is gonna involve a lot more thought than they put into the cinematography of that.
Again, yes. This is very much more thought that creative thought processes that we wasted on this than the scriptwriters did. Definitely. Don't worry about that. But there are some nice shots, I guess.
Dog takes
They-
over
I-
control.
The dog's days are taking Tova Kultur.
Control.
Dog.
Now we'll Bollywood movie.
Yeah. When the dog diggity dog. Diggity dog.
Now you sound like DuckTales.
Dogtails. Ooh. Jesus Christ. It's the Russian rip-off show. Dogtails. Ooh.
So your
And we
Go
are
to your
walking
woman and say like, let the dog take over control.
I don't know why they didn't use a better song for that episode.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's the same
Who let
song.
the dogs out?
Wasn't that I think that wasn't out yet when that when the show came
They should have made it better.
They should have made it better. Alright.
So the cinematography, according to your explanation, they have people very close to each other because of the cameras.
Yeah, because TVs were tiny back then and you had to make out the characters. Yeah.
So those cameras are really like not up to the days.
Modern standards? No.
Yeah,
no.
they force a lot of Me Too moments in that movie.
Yeah, people are uncomfortably close together. Like we are right now. Like it's basically every frame is this. Gus, come closer.
I'm okay.
That's the one.
You guys get the
that's the one
example.
of 16:9.
Yeah.
But yeah, on Facebook it's the same shit with the 1:1 aspect ratio.
Why you gotta get those so technical of everything?
Sorry, it's an Austrian podcast that's technical. What?
You ask Paul,
Surprise.
do you want warm water or cold water? And then he goes, actually, warm water. Then he gives you a 10-minute speech.
About
a TED
warm
talk.
water.
A TED talk about warm water.
And then
How warm water is created.
So,
It goes
So
deep
here are
until
the
fucking
four
H2O.
Here are the 4 main sources of warm water. Kids pee. Second category. Puddle water that has been heated up in the summer. Third source. Sitting on a waterbed long enough. Fourth source.
Have you
natural
been to Sri
springs.
Lanka lately?
Anywhere in Sri Lanka. Warm water. You,
Water that's set out for 2 seconds.
you order ice cubes. The ice cubes are warm.
They're called hot cubes.
Hot cubes. Just steam.
That was horrible.
Good. Cinematography done.
Yep.
Sound.
Well, we were talking over the movie most of the time, so
Yeah. Great sound.
the introductory and
The sound of our own voices pleased us. Yes.
Yes.
the music was good because it was in English. So
The lyrics, you mean, not the notes were in English.
Yeah, sound-wise, there is nothing to actually
This minor
complain.
C
You know,
sounds English, huh? Sorry, what?
there's nothing to complain about the sound, considering the fact it's what pre-90s.
No, 90s, 93.
yeah.
I thought it was a little low,
95,
but-
something like that. Huh?
I thought the sound was a little low, but
Okay.
he said there was nothing to complain. I'm complaining.
Okay. Yeah. I get it. Okay. More? The dramatic music that came up every time somebody did anything.
Yeah.
Like literally anything. They didn't lock up the cage. Yeah.
Heinz!
Heinz.
Heinz!
Heinz.
Heinz!
Heinz. Yeah, like there's a shit ton of weird ass moments in this one.
I don't think that's exclusive to the sound, though. I
Mhm,
think that's more of a
Fair enough.
characteristic of the show.
Right. Okay, cool. Best moment.
I have to go first.
Sure, let's go clockwise.
I think it was when I don't know what that tool was called, but when the guy
The
was
animal
trying,
control sling
the thing that you put around a dog's neck and then
or
turn
any
it.
wild animal. You can use it on snakes too.
This is a dog show. We're talking about dogs.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sorry.
Dude, a snake would go through that really easily. This is
You can tighten the sling, you know.
I know how it works, but
Do you though?
I mean, I've never used one, but I know how it works.
Yeah. We know what happens to Gus in 10 years. He's gonna get bitten by a fucking snake.
I don't go near snakes, no.
Okay, alright.
That was the best moment, though, when he was trying to catch the Rex.
Yeah.
Rex, and then Rex is like, nope, not here, bitch. And then just bites it over, and then, like, I was hoping that Rex was gonna, flip it around and try to use it on the guy.
What do you
but
say to the sling today?
Yeah, not
Not
today.
today.
And then, I thought...
Yeah, he Arya Stark.
That's a Game of Thrones reference if you don't know about it.
For the 0% of the population that doesn't watch Game of Thrones.
You're so privileged.
We have illegal downloads here, yeah. Mm-hmm. So
I didn't say that.
No, I say we have them here. I don't
Okay.
say I'm using them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we have them.
No, I'm saying you assume that 100% of the population have access to Game of Thrones, when in reality it's more
There's
like...
a coma patient somewhere who can't watch Game of Thrones. He's really mad when he wakes up. How many seasons? That would be great though. To like wake up now, 10 years after 10
The
years in
death
the coma,
awakens.
and you can watch all of Game of Thrones and all of the MCU, the Marvel Universe in one go. That would be pretty dope.
Is this season 7 right now, Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I watched the first 5 like all at once.
Okay.
And
That
I
must be a crazy binge. How did you feel afterwards?
I think I didn't enjoy it as much as other people because there wasn't like that.
Did you have Game of Crohn's disease? After
I think I was shitting blood at the time, yeah. But
Yeah?
I think I was shitting blood at the time. So
okay,
kinda,
yeah.
Nah, but then I watched Breaking Bad all at once too.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
You mainlined that shit. You you aggressively went for that drug.
it took a lot of their product to get through.
There was a method behind the madness.
But now you're getting support, huh?
Yeah, now I watch it as they come out. Yeah,
Uh-huh. The Game of Thrones. Or the
no, I haven't
Breaking
been
Bad
watching
episode.
this season. No,
Yeah. New
I'm-
episode of Breaking Bad.
I'm trying to get someone to spoil it for me so I can have a reason to fight them.
So, best moment, Malinda.
Yeah, mine is actually the dog, the beagle, getting chloroformed by that motherfucker, like
That
Dr.
is
Slavic.
a fucking amazing scene. Because he is straight up Bill Cosby's that dog. It's pretty good. Yeah. That's pretty amazing. For me, I'm not sure actually. I mean, the chloroform was definitely up there, but I think I generally laughed the most at Heinz. At that reaction phase of her turning around and just exclamating Heinz, and
But-
that's it. It was a 1 second scene, and it is hilarious to me because they left it in there for no fucking reason.
By the way, the main point of the episode, which was the guy getting murdered, was very weak. Like,
Oh, it's such a sad ending.
like they show his wife doing CPR on him, and then they don't even like. It's not even clear that he died until like later.
We don't even see the coroner cutting him open or anything. We just hear his results at the end. Secret beer.
Very secret.
No, it was out of frame, so it was secret beer.
It's a Pilsner.
Pilsner.
Yeah, Pilsner. Pilsner, who sponsor me? It's me, Paul McCartney.
This episode is brought to you by BMW.
BMW, yes. It's the
Now give us a BMW.
it's the Lucy of the Sky of
By the
Diamonds
way,
of Cars.
Also Ottakringer.
Yes, and Otto Kringer.
And you know we are in your neighborhood, bro.
Yeah.
So
It was on sale, 48 cents at Spar.
Wow, that's a great sale.
Yeah, but then it was hard because it was a 24 pack.
Uh huh.
It was
So you
hard
had to pull out.
carry it back home. Like there's no grip or anything, so
Yeah.
I had to do.
please
Not
make a grip.
I had to do 6
No,
trips.
they have grip 24 carry.
Okay.
Not the
for
one I bought.
festivals. For festivals, they make them with grips.
Yeah.
But for
Great
everybody
idea.
else, for all the
Festivals.
plebs, all the plebs, they don't.
Then I took 6 trips back and forth to the Spar.
Good exercise, huh?
Nice. Secret category. Breaking Bad Veterinary School Edition. So, we have the premise to a really good show here. Following Dr. Slavik.
Really
Like
good.
he gets convicted. He's in prison for manslaughter or whatever for 10 years. He gets off for technicality or something like that. Gets out of prison. You know, after the trial, they find out that they didn't do some procedure correctly, which in Austria, you know,
Yep.
that could happen.
In
Somebody
this,
forgot a form, you know, and that's why he gets released out of
considering
prison.
the negligence in this episode, it can
Very,
happen.
very true, yeah. And we're just Germans who cover up our fuck ups better. That's the only difference between us.
Do you though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Dr. Slavik gets out and he starts up doing his drug business again. But he also has a veterinary school to, like, you know, as a front, you know. And we have a classic Breaking Bad Austrian situation, right?
Only that now he tests on German Shepherds.
Right, yeah. he goes for his enemy. Like, he's like, this dog brought me into prison 10 years ago. Now I take revenge. And he's just using up shepherds left and right.
And then the plot twist is that he buys an RV to cook the drugs in, but there's no parking space in Vienna.
So he has to park in Burgenland, somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
He goes bankrupt. Yeah, like, he can afford the gas back and forth.
Yeah. You know what an RV uses?
And then starts trying to do it in the tram. It just doesn't work out. And he's like, his second crime, he's trying to commit on a tram. And
Tram cooking would be hilarious. That would be amazing. Because we already have
they already
a
have that
disco-
fucking oven on those chairs. They're like hot as shit.
I love those ovens,
You
man.
can cook something really easily. Dude, one time I brought a frozen pizza home and I
Sorry,
Put it
for the foreigners who don't understand. So our old trams don't have AC. They just have a hot-ass
a
blasting...
fucking nuclear reactor on the...
and you should know.
Under the seat.
Yeah, under the seat.
One
The hot
time
seat. Yeah, you're
yeah.
on the hot seat.
I brought
It's
a
the best
frozen
seat.
pizza home.
Yeah.
I put it between my legs. When I got home, it was ready to eat.
With the plastic wrap around it and everything.
Oh, the plastic melted into it, but I was hungry. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah, those are just additional complex carbohydrates that
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
eating.
yeah. At least it wasn't vegan pizza, so.
Definitely not vegan at that point. No, but so yeah, we have those on the tram, just so that people know. And
And also, there's porn on the tram. You can look it up.
porn on the tram.
We saw that last week. I think
Oh yes, yeah.
a very nice young lady. I think her
Not
name
porn. They shoot porn on the tram. That's a difference.
And they also have sex in the U-Bahn. Why?
Yeah.
That's the reason why I'm in Austria.
yeah, that's your reason to be here.
What we're trying to say is not worth having a car here. The
Yeah.
public transportation is good enough.
So he tries to cook in the tram, and he fails to cook. And then
he
because
goes
the thing
prison
is, there's
again.
already a tram now that is a disco tram. Like that they
Yeah,
completely
been there.
they colored it out. There's a bar in
Yeah.
there. There's a dance floor.
I've
in
been
there.
on that shit.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
right?
fun. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Right.
Okay, I haven't heard of this.
Oh, it's pretty dope. It's
Usually it happens in summer.
yeah, because it's a tram, man. You have to, like in the winter, you're going on a tram. It's definitely not with the slush and the ice are all around you. Hell no. Yeah, partying in the tram. It's nice 5 degrees in here, guys. Awesome. Could somebody open a window, please? Oh yeah, the amount of smoking in this episode is also not egregious.
The amount of
egregious.
smoking in this episode is very Austrian.
Yeah.
Yeah, they smoke inside a veterinarian's.
Blow the smoke into the dog's
Clinic.
face. Yeah.
By the way, there was no. I guess there was a reason, but there was no need for that lady to be a veterinarian as well. The detective's girlfriend.
Who wears red
No,
all
that's
the
from a
time.
previous episode. That was a recurring character. She was a recurring character.
Oh.
And that from
The
a
Red
previous,
Riding Hood.
Yeah, and from a previous episode, I think it was important that she was a veterinarian.
She was wearing Eddie Murphy's red leather suit.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, it's just fun. Because she also has that red car.
Yeah, she has a red car too.
In the last scene, what were they drinking? Red wine.
The red one.
Oh yeah.
While she is wearing a red dress.
Were those red candles too?
As she's telling the guy that she's moving to the U.S. So I think she's a Russian spy.
But only for 6 months.
That's longer than they should be.
But the hilarious thing is like, we shouldn't wait for each other for 6 months. We should start banging other people.
Mm-hmm.
I think a key moment in the episode was when he tried to give her the keys to the house,
And the dog stops it.
and Rex is like, "Not in my backyard, bitch."
From one bitch to another. It is not gonna happen.
He's like, "I want to bring my bitches over here," and I don't know.
I got something about
Let's give it a
I think
minute.
this is gonna sound great afterwards.
Drink some water, man. There's water right there.
Well, now you got snot over your lips.
What happened?
Everything is falling apart.
Yeah. Like any good episode of FFPÖ. Alright.
Also a
Final-
funny moment. I just forgot. Like I think this could also be one of my best moments.
Yeah?
The way Dr. Slavik is going with the injection at Rex. Like
Playing darts, yeah.
I wish if you're just listening to this, if you could see. But
You can see that episode.
Imagine you're playing
It's
darts,
online.
yeah,
but with a syringe with experimental drugs,
Yeah.
or as they call it, dog crack. Yeah.
Yeah.
LD50.
LD50, yeah.
Yeah, Paul. If you don't see Paul ever again, you know why.
Yeah. Pulmonary.
So now he's sweating,
He's
crying.
sweating, crying,
Yeah.
and snot dripping out of his nose
I
and
don't know
shit.
what's happening. My body is failing me and I'm falling apart right now.
Did you take some LD50?
Yeah, probably. Oh, jeez, that drug is good, man. Final conclusion. What did you think of the episode? Would you recommend this show? Do you want to watch more?
As far as Austrian productions go, I have seen about 3 of them, and this was the best. However, that is not saying much.
Yeah.
It's like saying I've had 3 vegan pizzas, and
This was the best vegan pizza.
the vegan pepperoni was the best. But
Uh-huh.
oh, did you know that pepperoni here does not mean the same as pepperoni in the U.S.?
Yeah, I'm very much aware of that.
I learned that the hard way. Got a fucking pizza full of fucking peppers and shit. Where's my sausage?
Pepperoni, yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
So yeah, I think the conclusion is don't give your dogs drugs.
Yes, fair. Malinda, what did you think of the episode?
The episode, I would say it's good if you're high,
Fair.
but like
Which we weren't.
Or drunk.
Which we weren't.
Or
it's
dog
like
crack.
as Gus said, also like I've seen like a couple of Austrian shit, and thanks to you,
Yeah. You're welcome.
And this is far more the best one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's watchable. It's watchable.
I feel like writing could have been. I mean, it's hard to be worse, but yeah.
You could be an Austrian porn movie.
We watched that last week.
Yeah,
like-
no, I'm just saying you could.
I'm kinda-
worse writing. It is possible.
In that note, I'm actually kind of glad that we watched this instead of
the
that.
porn,
Yep.
yeah. Fair enough. All right, guys. Plugs. Where can people find you? What do you have planned in the unforeseen future?
Yeah, you can find me on
Because this episode is gonna probably out in like maybe a month.
You can find me on the tram line 62 around 6 p.m. every day.
Yeah, stab him there. Yeah.
Yeah, I get on Carlsbad and
Uh-huh.
I leave at Mark's something. I forget what it's called.
Okay. Cool.
Me, you can find me at the hottest clubs in Vienna. Anyway, yeah.
And you have
Check out N2O Comedy Club Vienna.
Exactly. Yeah. Link in the description.
In my
description
Instagram,
below.
my
You have two
Instagram.
different shows now.
Yeah, I do have 2 different shows
You have
at
your
Luster and
Yeah, the open
Chupidos.
yes, great shows. Go check those out.
We all on stage.
Malinda is hilarious. The
Everybody goes on stage is hilarious.
stand-up comedians that you get are
I'll-
first-rate
many
quality.
of them.
Yep.
Huh?
Many of them. I wouldn't say everybody. There was a guy last week doing a religion rant that had no jokes into it. It went downhill.
Really?
Quick.
In front of Austrians?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, by the way, that's the thing. You know, if you don't get a laugh at my shows, that means you're bad.
Yes. yes, because Malinda knows how to rile up an audience. All right.
You can follow me on Instagram at GusHorn92.
Right.
And,
Guess underscore horn
No,
92?
just
one?
Gus GUSHORN 92.
Nice.
And,
92 written out or the numerals?
Written out in Spanish. Yeah. Just a number
Chinese
9.
symbols.
Number 9 followed by the number 2.
Okay, great. Yeah, as always, follow FFPÖ stuff. Follow my professional stand-up comedian page, Paul Jacobs Comedy.
You need to
On
get paid to be professional.
Facebook. I know. I've been paid a few times.
A beer doesn't really count.
Yeah, I know. Money. Yeah, and subscribe to the two guys' stuff. They are hilarious and always entertaining, as you've noticed from this episode. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you again for being here, guys.
Of course, it's always a pleasure.
I will not have you back on this podcast because this is probably gonna be the last episode you're gonna be on. Because I'm ending this with 100.
And also Gus is leaving.
Oh yeah, and Gus is leaving. So where can people find you when you are abroad?
All around Atlanta.
Yes.
Atlanta
So
fun.
you're gonna do stand up in Atlanta.
Yes.
Standlanta.
Whenever I can at the Laughing Skull Lounge, at the
At
Punchline.
the what?
Laughing Skull.
Okay, sure.
At the Punchline.
Uh-huh.
At Relapse. At Pizza Mic. That's an open mic on a pizza place on Sunday afternoons.
What? Really?
Yeah. It's not great, but
Austria, you need to catch up.
The situation is a bit slicey there.
yeah. Sometimes you get in some weird sausages.
Yeah.
It's a bit cheesy.
Yeah. You're not always saucing with the with the customers.
You want to hear a pizza joke?
Yeah, please. I'm already jelly.
So this is about in Brazil. We have a stereotype that Portuguese people are dumb. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the Portuguese guy goes to the pizza place. And he orders a pizza, and the guy says, "Do you want me to slice it in 8 pieces or 4?" And the Portuguese guy says 4 because I can't eat 8 pieces.
Okay. Great joke for the end. Thank you so much, guys. And see you at the next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.